We've gathered 3 professional chefs to blind taste test every boxed stuffing mix we could get our hands on to see which ones meet their standards. All of the boxed stuffings have been prepared following the cooking instructions on their packaging. Natural variants may occur. Stovetop, stuffing mix for turkey.
So if this was smell-o-vision, wow, I'm getting a lot of good fresh herbs in here. Or they smell fresh. Probably not, because they're from a box.
Looks like rice. Like the bread got a little too dry and broke apart in the packaging process.
Kind of wet and a little bit clumpy.
My ideal box stuffing is one that doesn't taste like it's from a box.
I'm looking for a crispy outer texture with a nice, creamy, soft inner texture.
Moist, but not soggy.
So the size of the bread is really important. Something too small, too bitsy, is gonna have a tendency to get soggy, be wet, and be a little bit claggy.
It's all about the seasoning for me.
You need an adequate amount of salt.
Sage pairs very well with most poultries.
Any combination of parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
I'm definitely looking for vegetables. I feel like it adds a depth of flavor.
Richness and meatiness to it.
Ultimately, something that takes me back to warm, wonderful memories of home. Let's dig in.
You smell the herbs, but when you taste it, they don't really come through.
I'm not really getting a great depth at all.
Salt and bread pretty much is what you're tasting.
This is lacking in a little bit of fat for me. It's lacking in the kind of vegetable-based aromatics that I'm looking for.
It could very well be that because they're using dried herbs, it definitely loses some of the impact that a fresh herb will give you in your dish. And because you could smell it from a mile away, but you just don't get the taste.
When I went to pick it up, it fell off my fork. So moist, but not moist enough for me.
Very grainy.
It has a lot of moisture content to it that is gonna resist incorporating other liquids that carry potentially more flavor, like a broth.
It's so important that the bread is dried out in advance.
I'll slice my bread and then I'll leave it on a rack for about an hour and then I will bake it and the oven will help to continue the dehydration process.
While some people may think that using stale bread is okay, I'm here to tell you it's absolutely not.
When bread gets stale in ambient air, it gets very tough and I think flavor is actually impacted.
Stale bread is gonna give you stale stuffing.
I'm gonna guess
Stovetop
stuffing.
Stovetop turkey flavor.
Oh, turkey.
I didn't really taste the turkey. I did taste the stovetop though.
They're incorporating a lot of different ingredients that should be bringing almost kind of like a natural MSG quality, like hydrolyzed soy protein.
This looks more like a science project than it does an actual ingredient list.
I mean, it says made with real turkey broth. What does that mean exactly? I imagine it's, kind of like a turkey bouillon product.
So I did eat this growing up.
I remember the commercials as a kid.
But my mother was great at jujuing things up.
Stovetop, chicken stuffing mix.
Okay, real talk, it looks like hell.
The pieces are a lot smaller. It looks almost like mashed. It's like a big clump.
But it actually smells pretty good. There's a clean, straightforward, meaty quality to this.
This was a lot better than the last. The herbs in this one, actually, you could taste them more. I'm definitely getting some parsley in there.
A thyme and sage quality to this, that dried herb.
There's vegetables in it. They're definitely dehydrated because they still have a crunch to them, but they're there. So it does give it a bit more depth of flavor.
It has the celery in here, parsley.
I got like a really nice nugget of cooked onion in here. Just that little bit of allium and its ability to transform this, kind of meaty blank slate into something a little bit more sharp, a little bit more complex.
Not one of my favorites. And definitely too salty. Stovetop chicken.
Stop it. Wow.
Stovetop chicken.
You actually get the chicken flavor in this one versus the turkey where you were not able to tell that it was turkey.
For a stovetop only stuffing, honestly, I think the flavor's pretty good.
Olivia's traditional stuffing.
Well, this definitely has way bigger chunks than the last 2 previous entries.
I'm worried about whether or not the moisture and the flavor was able to penetrate because of the size of the bread.
You can actually see the vegetables in this. Big chunks of celery, there's big chunks of onion.
This smells 85% of the way to a homemade stuffing. Okay, I may have spoken too soon.
No flavor. I'm getting dry pieces of bread here.
There's definitely no herbs in this.
It needs all of those aromatics to really give it flavor.
It's just a little bit blank.
This is a case of size gone wrong.
These big pieces of bread suddenly are a liability because they don't actually have great flavor.
You would get parts of it that's super soggy and then parts of it that's not, because certain parts of it is soaking up more of your liquid.
Okay.
Olivia's stuffing.
Sorry, Olivia. I feel like I was a bit mean.
You could pronounce everything that's on here. It actually looks and reads like a ingredient list for food. I actually respect them for that.
Olivia's using multigrain bread. Those are breads that are traditionally very dense. So what you would have to do is add more moisture to it, which would give it more flavor.
Stuffing recipe, so yeah, coarsely chopped onion, coarsely chopped celery, a stick of butter, and then chicken broth, salt and pepper to taste.
The only thing they're actually supplying is the bag of bread. You're pretty much better off going ahead and making your own stuffing.
Great value. Turkey-flavored stuffing mix.
The bread is small, so I'm a little hesitant, but I love the coloring on it, and I can definitely see the herbs in here.
It was like Rosemary Day over at the stuffing factory, huh?
This is giving me maybe low budget, and it's okay to be low budget. But this, ooh, is too much separation, guys, and no moisture. It's ricey.
It has a nice flavor, to be honest with you. It's not that bad.
There's some rosemary, some parsley. The seasoning is balanced very, very well.
It's just something about box stuffing where they all have that artificial taste.
It's just a little bit watery. That quality of meatiness that we're looking for here feels kind of absent.
97 cents.
Stop it. Oh my gosh.
It definitely tastes every bit of 97 cents.
Perhaps what you may want to do is substitute water for stock, just to give it a little more flavor.
Great value. Chicken-flavored stuffing mix.
This one is extremely crumbly. Looks like somebody made breadcrumb stuffing.
It is rife with dried herbs, has that, kind of concentrated allium-y, onion-y kind of sharpness. This is not bad.
Perhaps the croutons, the box didn't get shaken up as much as the other one did. But I'm looking at a better value here and a better deal. And don't tell me this is great value.
I have a feeling 95% of people want something quite a bit like this. This has umami. This fills your mouth.
This was so much better than the last one. That's crazy, and it's the same damn thing.
There's almost like a caramelly quality to this.
This is the worst one so far.
It's great value, right? Uh-huh. This is great value chicken.
This is another dollar brand for sure.
97 cents. I gotta say, hats off to these folks.
Here we have chicken broth, chicken fat, and cooked chicken. That could be why this one tastes better to me.
A lot more preservatives though, for some strange reason.
Pepperidge Farm. Herb-seasoned classic stuffing.
Wow, okay.
I don't know how to feel about this. It doesn't look like stuffing.
This is definitely some kind of wheat flour.
This has a rancid, farty grape nut quality. The smell coming out of like a Subway sandwich shop, like just billowy, hot, yeasty air.
This tastes like stale bread.
It's not that bad. There's an interesting quality of richness here.
Depth of flavor is really immersing.
I definitely am getting a buttery, kind of mouth-filling.
I see the celery nicely hydrated. So look at that. It's beautiful, actually beautiful for a box.
It just doesn't taste like a great quality bread.
There's a part of it that's just extremely chewy.
Surprisingly, this one is doing it for me.
Pepperidge Farms?
Oh, come on now. I never met a Pepperidge Farm I didn't like.
Classic stuffing, white and wheat breads blended with herbs and spices.
Even in here, you could feel that there's certain pieces that's soft and certain pieces that's hard.
Oh, molasses. Oh, that's definitely adding to the coloring. Molasses is going to give it a natural sweet flavor, but not as sweet as sugar.
Chef's Cupboard, chicken-flavored stuffing mix.
So this definitely has a lighter color to it, which means that this is definitely dehydrated, not toasted bread. Very bland.
I'm also not tasting or seeing a lot of herbs or seasoning in here.
There's like a sweetness to it, which is borderline offensive, but then it's almost like lacking salt.
It's kind of losing itself within the garlic and onion powder of the dish.
It just tastes like very soft Wonder Bread that you've kneaded together to like go fishing off the dock, and now you're chewing it.
I don't like the fact that in this one you have some that are very, very moist, like this piece. And then you have some pieces that are really, really tough to break through. One of the things that I do when I'm making stuffing is I marry the ingredients and then I let it rest together for about 20 minutes before I'm putting it in the oven. It's giving the bread an opportunity to really soak in all of that moisture. Chef's Cupboard, stuffing mix, chicken flavor, butter and water.
It was mediocre across the board.
Guess what? There's no freaking chicken in here. All stuff that I can't pronounce.
Palm oil or vegetable shortening, sugar, vegetable protein, which is like hydrolyzed corn protein, which is sort of like an MSG kind of precursor.
There's no chicken in the Chef's Cupboard chicken flavor.
Stovetop, cornbread stuffing mix.
Kind of looks like scrambled eggs.
We're looking a little on the yellow side, so I'm hoping that it has maybe some cornbread in it.
I'm not a big fan of the cornbread stuffing because it's very grainy.
A little bit crumbly, but look, it's staying on the fork. It smells really good. Ooh, salty.
This is like so overly concentrated. I think it's overly seasoned. There's too much salt. It's hit every flavor receptor so hard, you know, but like it's kind of used them as a punching bag.
If I had to be honest, I would say this is probably the best tasting stuffing so far.
I'm getting the grittiness of the cornbread, which I love.
Has great herbs. I'm tasting the rosemary, I'm tasting thyme, good depth of flavor. I get onion, I get garlic.
The texture on this cornbread is actually pretty nice. Nice, moist.
If I'm eating a stuffing, this is pretty close to how I would want it to taste.
That's stovetop. Oh my God. Stovetop cornbread.
No.
It definitely has cooked chicken in it. A little less salt. And then we have a winner.
Great value, cornbread stuffing mix.
Oh, this is a normal color.
A lot less yellow.
A nice size. I'm getting some moisture. Wow. You said this was boxed?
This is pretty just overall pleasant.
This is actually pretty good.
Very nice depth of flavor here.
I'm getting the dehydrated onions in here, as well as the parsley.
I think I'm getting sage in here. I'm definitely getting chicken stock. I'm definitely getting butter. There's definitely a little love.
I'm trying to see, is this a little cornbread in here?
It's like wheat bread with just a suspicion of corn.
It's actually a very flavorful stuffing.
OMG, GV. Great value. Cornbread. You brought me back to life, GV.
These are hitting.
This has chicken fat, chicken broth, and cooked chicken, which is one of the reasons why it is so flavor forward.
I think that they could have this be like a couple clicks more corny.
It's just not cornbread.
Olivia's cornbread stuffing.
Nice size chunk on the bread.
This is another one of those stuffing mixes that seems to be trying to make a statement with whole wheat.
I wouldn't say this is what my stuffing looks like, but this is what stuffing looks like when I go to other people's houses. It's very mild flavored. You could tell that there's seasoning in there, but it's just not enough.
One of which could just be old spices, you know, like old black pepper.
The bread itself is soggy on some parts and hard on the other.
And this is what happens when the croutons are too big and they're not able to soak up the flavor. I want you to watch as I break this apart. No moisture in here.
Hey, that's me hitting the bread.
This is Olivia's stuffing.
So this is another of Olivia's. If they call this corn, I'm upset. Are they calling this cornbread? No.
This is Olivia's cornbread dressing.
If you stuff it inside of a chicken or a turkey, you have stuffing. If you cook it in a pan, then it's dressing.
Dressing is pretty much a Southern term because we feel that it's dressing the bird. However, it's the same thing. It's like potato.
I am not getting cornbread with this at all. They're using so many different flours in this.
Unbleached white wheat flour, wheat, malted barley flour, then cornmeal, then whole wheat flour.
We'll add other flours that will have more of a gluten structure to keep the bread more structurally sound during the production. So this box is actually pretty expensive. It's a $9 box of stuffing. When we compared it to the previous stuffing that was only $1, the Great Value cornbread had a lot more flavor. The structure was a lot better.
Olivia, call me.
Trader Joe's cornbread stuffing mix.
Looks like it was dehydrated bread versus toasted bread. Very pale in color. There's definitely no crispiness to it whatsoever. It all looks very soggy.
The aroma is very, very forward.
Kind of an herbaceous chicken broth kind of vibe to it.
Oh, it's so soggy.
I think that's due to it just solely being dehydrated.
That, of course, is a big turnoff. You can tell just by looking at the color of the bread and the texture that it wasn't baked long enough.
I think my preference would probably still always be for a stuffing to be baked, not just prepared, using a stovetop method.
They probably didn't let it dry out because as soon as that moisture hit it, the bread broke down. And what happens is it totally dissolves. It can't hold taste, and there's no balance because there's only mush.
There is a savory umami quality to this, just enough richness. There's a really nice black pepper quality here. And there is like a very nice kind of parsley and verdant, kind of sensation of just herbs everywhere. I don't think it's the best looking necessarily, but I think flavor-wise, this is up there.
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's?
So this is a mix of cornbread and white bread.
It's not cornbread, guys. It's not.
It doesn't have the sweetness of cornbread. It doesn't have the texture of cornbread.
Powdered chicken fat. So you're not getting any chicken in here, any real chicken. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Pepperidge Farm. Cornbread classic stuffing.
I feel like I'm seeing actual distinct bits of cornmeal, like large pieces of cornmeal in this. Unfortunately, it just has a little bit of that slightly sour quality of a speed risen whole wheat bread. I've certainly gotten this quality from the Olivias, and anytime there was whole wheat bread in the mix, I feel like I've had that sensation.
Do y'all hear that? Not what I want in my stuffing. It feels like a drum beat.
There's definitely vegetables in here. You got your onions and your celery, which makes me happy.
This is pretty much the only stuffing where I can definitively say I taste corn. So I guess that's something.
The parts that do have seasoning, the seasoning is pretty good.
You definitely get your chicken stock. You can definitely taste the butter in it. But as far as the herbs and the salt goes, I feel like it's kind of lacking.
Not enough liquid. Somebody didn't get any love.
The texture just is a bit of a disaster.
Looks like it was pulled apart unevenly, or if it's in a bag, it could have been handled really roughly. I'm thinking that this is Pepperidge Farm in a bag cornbread stuffing. Ta-da!
Pepperidge Farms.
It does not say chicken. It says classic stuffing. So no protein in here.
It's just lackluster.
Williams Sonoma. Organic cornbread stuffing mix.
It definitely looks like it was toasted, which always makes me happy.
Not nearly as bad as what we've been seeing.
There's definitely vegetables. There's definitely herbs. It smells great. It's actually not that bad.
This is interesting.
There's great depth of flavor. I'm getting butter. I'm getting salt, garlic, onion powder. I'm definitely tasting rosemary in there.
It's balanced. Definitely not too salty. I'm getting the celery. I'm getting the onions. I'm getting some parsley in here.
I'm not mad at this stuffing at all.
It's one of the more successful examples of balancing it out.
I do not like the size of the cubes. They're a little too big for me.
I'm enjoying the flavor. It's just I got to get to it. It's a job to get to the flavor in this.
So we still have a little bit of that bitter, flat quality to this bread, which feels like it's got some proportion of whole wheat and maybe even some corn in there.
I'm tasting this and I know there's definitely cornbread in here. And I know that because I'm getting the graininess. However, it's not a lot. I have to search for it.
Williams-Sonoma's organic cornbread stuffing. The ingredients list is only 3 lines on here, which is amazing because that tells you that there's not a lot of preservatives or chemicals inside the actual product itself, which is great.
But I also don't think it's amazing. And for $20 compared to the great value, they're in different worlds.
You still have to buy your vegetables, which is your onions and your celery. And you also have to get chicken stock. So you're not just spending $20 to make stuffing, you're spending more like $35 to make stuffing. So that right there alone does not make it worth it to me.
Williams-Sonoma Organic Brioche Stuffing Mix.
It looks great. You can tell that the bread has been toasted.
The chunks of bread are humongous.
It's not very good at all. It's actually quite bland.
So the only thing I'm getting here is soggy bread.
I genuinely don't want to be mean about some of these things. I really don't. This is so devoid of character. The most you can say for it is, oh, like the onion and the celery are nice. And like, we did that.
The liquid is not evenly distributed throughout. So you get some pieces that's super crispy and some pieces that's super soggy.
It's being held together just by the skin of the bread, but the insides are already broken down. So this tells me that they used the wrong type of bread.
It could possibly be a brioche.
Some kind of enriched bread. Richer breads, interestingly, like you'd think they'd be better, right? But there's a certain way in which you can never quite force out enough water content and have it imbibe enough, kind of savory stock and fat and other flavors.
Because it has egg in it, it tends to get soggy quicker than normal breads would. And it doesn't toast as hard as a normal bread would. Williams-Sonoma's organic brioche stuffing. They really like putting organic on stuff, huh?
I'm giving you a new name, William Noma. William Noma stuffing. Noma stuffing for you.
It's sea salt, garlic, and rosemary extract. It didn't put a lot in here as far as flavor goes.
$20 and you're treating me like this?
Brioche doesn't have a lot of flavor to begin with. That's kind of why it's so popular. It's a very malleable flavor. You could do a lot of things to it. So if you don't do anything to it, you're not really going to have any flavor.
Williams-Sonoma Organic Focaccia Stuffing Mix.
Aromatically, like there's something promising happening here.
You can smell the butter. You can smell all the goodness in there.
This stuffing has a lot of herbs, so it's already enticing me.
Richer, toastier.
Unfortunately, though, I'm definitely seeing some dried pieces in here and some super soggy pieces. I could taste the chicken flavor in there, but that's it. If there are herbs in there, it's very faint. I'm not getting any salt.
I'm getting like a touch of dried rosemary though. There's something like a little bit more kind of Italian.
Right in the middle here, the bread is very, very soft and gooey and delicious and flavorful. But then I have these other pieces that it's just not consistent.
This is probably one of the lowest quality stuffings that we've had so far.
What's really dangerous are the darn croutons, because it's gonna break a tooth. Look.
So if you use a bread that has more air pockets in it, I would say that that's going to soak up your liquid faster than a more dense style bread, which is causing it to be mush. And whatever was at the bottom of the pan didn't get a chance to soak any up.
Focaccia?
I'm going to go with Williams-Sonoma, just a different style of bread used.
Don't do it!
This is a focaccia style stuffing.
Williams-Sonoma, now I told you to stop making this stuffing. So it has all of the ingredients, but the wrong type of bread.
It's a stretch at best to say that this is focaccia, but I think it's capturing some amount of the essence of focaccia.
I think that Williams-Sonoma wanted to give you a reason as to why they were charging you $20 for this, so they put a focaccia in there, but it's not a good bread to use for stuffing.
Aleia's Gluten-Free Savory Stuffing.
It does not look like stuffing whatsoever. It actually looks like couscous.
Looks like quinoa. love the addition of carrots.
Sometimes like carrot is so welcome, and other times I'm like, why are you here? Just be happy with your onion and your garlic and your celery. Get out of here.
The celery and the carrots are all bigger than the what? Than the stuffing itself. Wow. Did you guys see what happened? It all separated. It couldn't come together.
Oh, gluten-free bread? Something that like wants to kind of fall apart a little bit more readily.
While I didn't enjoy the texture in terms of the bread component, what I really loved was the crunch of the carrots, the celery, and the onion.
I could taste the chicken stock.
Very flavor forward.
Flavor-wise, like there's just enough kind of dried herb and aromatics going on. Whatever the grains are or seeds used to make this bread, I think maybe something is just like giving a quality to the flavor that I'm just not entirely expecting. A little bit nuttier and seedier than you maybe bargained for, but it's not bad.
Don't tell me this is gluten-free.
It's Aleia's best taste ever. Savory stuffing.
Well, Aleia, you were right about that. Definitely the best taste.
So this contains white rice flour, tapioca flour, and brown rice flour. Tapioca flour kind of acts as like the gluten in the bread. So it will kind of like hold everything together.
For like a gluten-free, off-the-shelf solution, I don't think it's bad. I think, you know, you could just double down on some of the herb quality here. Just really hit it with some black pepper.
This stuffing definitely beat out all of the Williams-Sonoma box stuffing so far.
Chef's Cupboard. Classic herbs and spices Hawaiian stuffing mix.
Well, you definitely didn't save the best for last. Not by the looks of things.
Very stodgy texture. It's like mushing into a paste. Save the best for last, huh?
Maybe you actually can judge a book by its cover.
It's kind of sweet.
What I am getting is sugar, and more sugar.
I'm getting thyme and rosemary, but the sweetness is kind of killing it for me.
No balance of flavor.
Whatever kind of bread they used might have a higher sugar content than normal.
Like a Hawaiian roll?
You never want your stuffing to be sweet, because if you are a person who has a traditional Thanksgiving dinner, you're gonna have cranberry sauce on your table.
In the running for my least favorites.
Chef's Cupboard, Hawaiian stuffing.
Made with Hawaiian bread.
It's too soft and it's way too sweet.
A tender, very moist, somewhat sweet bread is like actually kind of antithetical to what you probably want in a stuffing.
I don't recommend this at all.
My grandma used to say, Melby, K-I-S-S.
KISS, which is an acronym for Keep It Simple Stupid. Let the flavors come through and speak for themselves.
I think the ideal bread for stuffing, it's light, it's got an open structure, it's got a pretty defined crust, it's got a slight chew to it.
When you start to add in a bunch of additional stuff, your flavors get lost.
Now let's see which boxed stuffing mix our chefs liked the most and the least.
Today, my favorite stuffing was the Olivia's traditional stuffing. They added a lot of different herbs and seasonings that you did not see in the other brands.
My favorite stuffing today was Pepperidge Farm Herb Seasoned Classic Stuffing. I loved the fact that I was able to taste all of the seasonings. The herbs were there, but also it held together nicely.
I thought the great value stuffings, honestly, like pound for pound, were pretty good. Somebody really thought about the overall flavor balance going on with those. I think the goal of this category of product is to just have a flavorful stuffing mixture that's very easy and very streamlined to achieve without spending a lot of money. And Great Value did that.
My least favorite today was definitely all of the Williams-Sonoma brands. I can't justify a $20 price tag for something that's lacking in every department.
My least favorite today was Chef's Cupboard Hawaiian stuffing. Who told them to use Hawaiian rolls in stuffing? It was just sweet, more sweet.
My least favorite was the stovetop cornbread flavor. I mean, it's just, somebody just like hit the overdo it switch on like the Flavorizer 2000. What we saw was the more that people just kept it pretty simple and streamlined, you know, meaty flavor, herbs, seasonings, was pretty much the way to go.